Yo, what is up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Slice of Shonen. I am your host, The Clouded Crow, and today we'll be reacting to Higurashi When They Cry, SOTSU, episode 12. And in the last episode, we continue on from right after when evil Satoko had finally taken over Satoko's full body, and then she killed Teppei. After that, she goes to the Watanagashi festival with Mion and Shion and Rika and pretty much everyone. The whole gang is there, and then this is where she kind of pulls Keiichi aside, and that's where she asks if she can call him Nini, and then she brings him over to her house, and this is where everything starts to go downhill, because she brings him into the room, and this entire time we all had a ton of different theories. We thought, like, you know, maybe that actually was Teppei that was smacking him over the head. I thought that it might have been Detective Delicious, and he thought that it was Teppei because they have kind of similar body types, but it turns out what actually happened was that Satoko had the bat, and she was smacking Keiichi upside the head until he finally fell over on top of Teppei, and then she tried to frame him as being the killer, or as having been Teppei's killer. Soon after that, Detective Delicious comes over because he saw Keiichi go in there with Satoko, and then this is when Satoko tells him the story. She explains everything that happened, and her story was exactly what we saw happen in the Go arc. Now, I'm not gonna lie, when we found this out, I was personally a little bit disappointed, just because when it came to all of the other questions that we had coming into SOTSU, they had like relatively surprising answers. When we got to see how they actually played out, I thought it was going to be a bit more shocking than all of us just finding out that everything we saw in Go was just a part of Satoko's story, her fake story that she made up. Everything that we saw in Go involving Keiichi going into Satoko's room, that was all fake. That never happened. And once I found that out, I was like, I guess, but it's not really too crazy. It's not super creative, too like mind-blowing of a reveal. But after that, Satoko tips Detective Delicious off, telling him that Rika was actually the one responsible behind these Watanagashi killings. She didn't say that word for word, but she kind of hinted at that. And so Detective Delicious went to the festival, he brought out his gun, he took out Rika, and he took out everyone because he didn't trust any of the villagers. And then finally, after this, we see Satoko walk up to Rika, she brings out her gun, shoots her in the head one more time just to make sure that she's done for good, and then she takes herself out so that they can continue on into the next loop, leaving the Rena of that timeline completely and absolutely traumatized. And that is pretty much where the episode ends. So if you guys are excited for the episode, make sure to leave a like. It'll help me and the video out so much more than you might think, so if you could take the time to do that real quick, I would very much appreciate it. And also consider subscribing to the channel for more weekly Higurashi SOTSU reactions. And with that all out of the way, let's get right into this episode. Alright, so here I have episode 12 pulled up, and whenever you guys are ready, make sure to grab your source videos, pull them up, and then get ready to sync them with me, because we'll be starting this episode in 3, 2, 1, go! Alright, let's do this. We have Hanyu here. What do you call this place, by the way? Do you guys, like, have a name for it? I don't know if they mentioned it in Go. And I haven't finished the original Higurashi yet. So is there an actual name for this place? Ooh? I took on the sins of the world. Oh, the sword! My very own daughter. Oh, wait, is she an ancestor of Rika's? That would explain why they look so similar. Oh, and that would also explain why the sword was in the Furude storage. The 8th consecutive female child. Wow. Baby Rika. Dang. That's wholesome. My first friend in 1,000 years. Oh, okay. We're getting into it. I committed a grave sin. Okay. Oh. Takano. Dang it, man. I mean, at least we cracked the case now at this point, but... Is. She never gave up. That's true. Hanyu Furude. Oh, Rena. She noticed. Ah. Wow, okay, okay. That's interesting. And this is the end of the original, right? So I'm guessing this is a recap for most of you guys that have seen this already. That's cool. And there are the eyes. Dang, interesting. The Sea of Fragments, that's what this place is called. Sounds like a Kingdom Hearts world. So are those all old fragments being destroyed? Each of these fragments contain entire timelines, right? Oh, and that's how she restored her powers. Interesting, interesting. Okay, so I learned a couple of new things. There probably wasn't much there that was new for you OG fans. But one of the things that I've always been looking forward to while playing through the visual novel, I wanted to know like how Hanyu came to be a part of the squad, because in the end of Go, we did see that little clip of the ending of the original where we saw Takano standing right there with the gun. Or no, I believe she was being taken away or something. And all the kids were standing there, and Hanyu was there as well. And I was like, wait, what the heck? Why was Hanyu back there with them, but she's not here now. And so I guess I still don't have a very clear answer. So that still gives me incentive to play through the original. But it was cool to see the fact that Hanyu is an ancestor of Rika's. And she's been, like, I guess watching over the Furude family this entire time. And then once Rika was born, that's when she knew Rika was, like, the chosen one. Man, okay. We got some pretty interesting information here. Jesus, why did they have to replay this? We already saw it already. Jesus Christ. Okay. Now, that makes sense. That makes sense. It's time. It's time. Ew. Oh no. Dang. I mean, I guess. Depends on what methods you're talking about there, Satoko. Yup. This is where we can see the desperation and kind of hopelessness begin to show itself. Jeez, man. Even though this is the second time watching this is rough, dude. Rika's been through hell. Onigari no Ryuo. Oh, Satoko saw this! Okay, now it's getting juicy. Jeez. You know another thing? Hold on. Oh, wow. Jeez, man. New timeline. I was gonna say, though, I mean, I don't know if it was a translation error or anything, but didn't Hanyu consider herself to be a god during her explanation in the beginning? I think she said, like, you guys have shown me more fun than what a god could ask for, or something like that. And so I wonder now if Ayua is even beyond Hanyu's strength, since she's able to kind of like watch over her, seemingly without Hanyu noticing. Is this her trying to get to that sword? Oh, wait! Oh, okay. Wait, I wonder if my theory is going to come true. where like Satoko got to the sword first and smashed it. That's why there was only that fragment left. Jeez. Oh my god. Jesus. Here she is. Oh wow, that attention to detail. Where they have the light shining down and you can see the little like dust particles. That's so cool. And here's the sword fully intact. Oh, okay. Oh, be careful. You almost ended yourself there. Dang, Satoko's carelessness might be her downfall. That little shard is all she needs. Jeez. God, this hurts, man. Hearing that laugh just like slowly turn into her sobbing. But one thing that I think is really cool is the fact that Satoko does have the advantage because she can kind of oversee Satoko whenever she's in the Sea of Fragments. But while she's in this timeline, she can't keep tabs on RIKA. So that's how she had no clue that RIKA got a hold of this. Whoa. I wonder. Holy crap. That might be my question of the day. And here we have the deal. Five more loops. But my question of the day, and I'll repeat it again at the end, but it's going to be, oh, Akasaka. Okay. I only know him from Go and from what we saw in Go, but oh, I don't trust this. What is that behind her back? Is that a brick? Oh no. Oh, that case has the injection in it. Oh, okay. Yep. I remember this. And this is when he burns the house down too, right? Jeez. But my question of the day for you guys, if I can get to it, is going to be, how do you think Satoko would feel if Rika did manage to take herself out with that piece of the sword without her knowing? How do you think Satoko would react? Because we know her goal isn't to kill Rika. Her goal is to try to convince her to stay. So if Rika were to do something like that, to permanently end her looping, how do you think that would hit Satoko? Man. Whew. Yep, and we're getting into the Jesus. Oh wait, is this when her mother was cursed? Mion's mother? Yep. Jeez. Oh wait, didn't she? Oh god, I think I remember this timeline. Jeez. Decapitate? Yeah, I remember, and this is her counting down. Jeez, man. Oh? Interesting. Ooh! Oh my god! That was a lot more graphic than what I was expecting. Jesus, that's so interesting though. Was she able to see through Satoko? And also, to everyone saying that Rika could beat Satoko in a fist fight, I mean, you have your evidence right there. Satoko was able to dodge a sword. Completely unarmed. Well, I mean, she had a gun, but she didn't use it while dodging. Now remember this one. This one's brutal, man. This is like some Salem witch trial stuff. Hey, let them know. So brutal. I hear that, like, drowning is such a painful way to go, too. Jeez. Oh, wow, she didn't actually snap that time. Oh, I remember this one. Jesus Christ. Oh, man. This one was so messed up. This is the timeline where we saw, like, eyes popping out of their sockets and stuff, right? Jesus, man. Get out of there, Dana. Oh, is Satoko playing dead there? I don't see even an ounce of blood on her. Oh! Oh yeah, they definitely censored it. Much more than they did in Go. And Aoa, keep laughing it up. Hello? What is this? Hanyu, maybe? Ooh! Okay. My darling failure. She's found her. Let's go, Hanyu. And they're ending it right there, dude. Okay, next episode, dude. Next episode's gonna be nuts. Wow, so she called Hanyu her failure. And it seems like, at least from what Hanyu said right here, we could assume that this entire time, ever since she left Rika's side, she's been desperately looking for Aoa. Specifically. And I wonder if that means she knew about Aoa, I guess, Aoa interfering with Rika's life. She might even be aware of the fact that Satoko is a looper. But regardless, it looks like she definitely came to Aoa for a reason. She's been desperately looking for her, which means... I mean, I don't know exactly what it means, but what it does for sure mean is we're about to get some major answers very soon. This is cool. This is so cool. But another thing I wanted to point out, and I believe I touched on this a bit last episode, but I do think it's really interesting how in all of the timelines up until the Tatari Akashi one, in all of those timelines, Rika has always like ended herself to loop because she's realized that the timelines were doomed. Like, she'd desperately, of course, be trying to save the timeline, and then whenever some bad news would come up, then she'd just say, like, oh man, this timeline's doomed, looks like I gotta loop, and then she'd end herself. But now that the evil Satoko has taken over, now she's been specifically targeting Rika. And now, every time that Rika dies, it's by getting killed by someone else, which is really interesting. I guess that kind of, goes to show that the Satoko that was killed by evil Satoko may have been the only thing holding evil Satoko back from going all out, from like full force punishing Rika. So I wonder if she's gonna come back anytime in the future. The Satoko that was killed, maybe, possibly, by the evil Satoko. I wonder if she's ever gonna come back. I guess we'll just have to find out. But outside of that, again, my question of the day for you guys is going to be, how do you think Satoko would have reacted if Rika would have used the shard to kill herself back during that scene where we saw everyone calling for her from outside of the shrine? How do you think Satoko would have reacted? Do you think she would have been happy? Do you think she would have been devastated? Like, oh man, that's such a crazy variable that she never would have accounted for, because she thought she took the sword, and she even said, like, I need to keep something this dangerous away from Rika. We don't want her to take herself out. We want her to just keep getting pushed and pushed closer to the edge until she finally gives in. We don't want her to jump though. We just want to keep nudging her closer to the edge. This is one hell of an episode. This was so cool. I feel like this is like the rising action, because everything up until this point we've seen already, and we're about to get to the climax very soon. I think the climax might not start until we get to the scene where Rika exposes Satoko. But anyways, the information we're about to get in next episode is going to be absolutely massive. You don't want to miss it. I'm not gonna miss it. So, hey man, we're just gonna have to see where this roller coaster takes us from here. Oh, and also for everyone that's interested, everyone that's been following with my Higurashi visual novel playthrough, or anyone that wants to join in the live streams for the Higurashi visual novel, I will be resuming my visual novel playthrough every single week on Friday, 1 p.m. EST, starting tomorrow. So if you guys would like to check it out, make sure to stop by the channel. Also, don't forget to subscribe so that you're notified whenever I go live. on YouTube. But with that, I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you all so much for watching this far into the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, comment your thoughts on the episode down below, and subscribe for more Slice Shonen content. And with that, I'm going to head out, so I'll catch you all in the next one. Have a good one.